Thanks for sticking on the call here with us. We'll go in a mostly similar order, although we're going to start with Gabby really quick, and then we'll jump in with Jim Cotter following her. Marley, I'll have you in the hole to start.
Hey, Michael, hope you're doing well. Coach Small just described you a little bit ago as very competitive. So I was wondering where that competitive side comes from, and just, thinking about that competitive energy and taking that into your last really go around for Illinois.
Coach is spot on with that. I'm very competitive. You can ask any of my teammates the same thing. I think it stems from probably just my family. My dad played sports all the way through college. His brother played in the NFL. All my uncles, aunts, they all collegiate professional athletes. Cousins, same thing. So just our family's always been based around sports. And when you're just growing up in an environment that is sports related, and it seems like everything you're doing is just competitive in a way. So it's always kind of developed a competitive fire in me. And I think going into this week, I have to play golf from a competitive standpoint. That's how I play my best, when I'm kind of nose to the grindstone and I have a little bit of chip on my shoulder. So continuing that and having that presence about myself is what brings the most out of me, and which ultimately will help the team.
Yeah, and you've kind of already been on, both sides of this tournament. Obviously, the disappointing finish in 2019, but then also in your earlier years, the team finished third. So kind of both those perspectives, how do you take stuff from both of those and bring it into this year's tournament?
Yeah, well, I've talked to the guys a lot, especially because me and Gio were the only ones that were here when we finished third. I told them it's the most fun experience you will ever have in college golf, especially that year, being in Chicago, and the fans that were out there and the sport we have was unbelievable. An experience I'll never forget. But, Illini fans travel well, and Illini fans are all over. And, you make match play anywhere, and you're going to have a good crowd out there supporting you. So, I relayed to the guys, you only get 4 chances at this. You're lucky if you get 4. A lot of collegiate golfers don't get 4 chances to go to a national championship. Luckily, this is my 4th. But, still in your lifetime, there's only 4 opportunities. So cherish this and never take this for granted. And I basically relayed, let's go do something special, because by the time it's over, it'll be a week you'll never forget. And then kind of on the flip side of that, just the disappointment we felt in 2019. We didn't have a great year altogether, but we were trending in the right direction, winning Big Tens, winning regionals. And we were looking forward to going down to, where was it that year? Blessings, I guess, Arkansas. So we were excited, and that sucked. No other way to put it, to end your season like that. So I think the team is really focused on, having a great week and doing what we do, and seeing where we end up by the end.
Thanks, Michael.
Thanks.
All right, thanks, Gabby. So we'll go Jim, followed by Marley, and Nico, you're in the hole.
Hey, Michael, Jim Cotter, Orange and Blue News. How you mentioned how special it would be to end your Illini career with a NCAA championship. Added to that, how special would it be to do it in your hometown of Scottsdale, Arizona, on Greyhawk? I mean, I know you're from Scottsdale, and how would it be to win in your hometown?
Yeah, it would be bittersweet for sure. It's been full circle for me to come, all the way from Scottsdale to here, and love every minute of my time in Champaign and this program and our fan base, and just the people all over this city are amazing. So to kind of have it be the bookend of it, be in Scottsdale, would make it just the best end of the story possible. I couldn't think of a better way. It definitely played into a part of me coming back this year. Kind of having that circle that's, that's a place I've played so many times. I've played big tournaments there. One of the biggest junior events in the world is there every year. And I played that twice, and my high school team's practice out there. So I've just been out there a bunch, and to have the ultimate college golf tournament my final year be there would be just so amazing. And I just can't wait to get out there and try to do something special.
Hey, Jim, I think you're muted. Did you have another question?
Yeah, I did. One quick one. I know since you played so many times out there, but the course is going to be set up a little bit differently this time. How does that play into things, knowing, what, to shoot for, or what, fairways or what bunkers are there? Just, how do you figure that, is the course be set up a little bit differently this time than in the past?
Yeah, I've never seen this course play the way it will play. That's for sure. They've added numerous tees. They've lengthened the golf course significantly. They've added bunkers. But the whole other side of it is knowing, I'm comfortable playing in a dry heat. I'm comfortable with, how far the ball can fly in Arizona. I understand like mountain effect and, trying to read greens and that sort of thing. So although it's going to take some adjusting in the practice round to understand, the course is probably going to play firmer than I've ever seen it, which will provide a different element of difficulty. So that'll be new to me. And but the overall layout of the golf course is almost the same. So I think I'll be a big help to my teammates in that way, trying to dissect that place. But yeah, I mean, you're right. I've never seen it in conditions for a national championship. But at the same time, I think my comfort level is still very high, just being in Scottsdale and being where I'm from and playing, so many golf tournaments at the end of May or June in Arizona. So I'm going to have to use those experiences to help me.
Thanks, Michael. Best of luck to you.
Thank you very much.
All right, thanks, Jim. I've got Marley, Nico, and then Jeremy Werner in the hole.
Michael, is your family still in Arizona? I mean, are any of them planning to come out this weekend?
Yeah, so my basically entire family's in Arizona. My parents, my siblings, aunts, uncles, grandparents. So I think I'll have a pretty good showing out there, I hope. But yeah, it's nice. Every time I go home, I'm surrounded by a bunch of family.
Have they been able to make it out to any tournaments this year, or this be, the first one that you've played in front of them in a while?
My parents came to Big Tens, and I think they were also at, I don't know. That might have been the only one. Yeah, Tucson. That's right. Danny's got me over there. Yeah, so Tucson, they drove the 2 hours down, and then Big Ten. So I've seen them there. I'm the oldest of four, so they've kind of got their hands full at home, which is totally understandable. But my dad was planning on going to Stillwater for regionals. He had never been to a regional, and that was actually my mom's first Big Ten at Crooked Stick. But obviously he was planning on flying in Monday night, but with the change of schedule and we were playing 36 on Monday, it seemed pointless for him to come just for 18 holes. But to play in front of, aunts and uncles and cousins and, my siblings haven't seen me play in a while, it'll be special to see them all out there.
And I don't know what the COVID protocols are like for you guys. I mean, are they just watching for a distance? Are you going to be able to exchange hugs, or maybe, not till the end? What does that kind of look like for you?
Yeah, that's a great question. This team's done a remarkable job with our COVID protocols. We've been locked down all year. We haven't had a single positive case. So I think that speaks volumes for this team's commitment to what we're chasing. And so, yeah, part of that is, we at tournaments, we don't give our parents hugs. We kind of just, give them salutes and highs and buys, and that's about it. We don't see them outside of the golf course at all. And so that can be challenging, but, we're chasing something bigger. So all of us are pretty committed to that. And everyone's done a great job of staying true to our rules. And, these were all just team rules. So it's been a little different for sure, but, and this will look a little different than a normal national championship, but, we hope the ending still stays the same.
All right. Thanks so much. Good luck.
Thank you.
Thanks, Marley. So we've got Nico, Jeremy, and Rory Spears here in the hole.
Hey, Michael, just wondering what your relationship with Nick Hardy has been like the last few years. You're a guy that, hoping to go pro once you finish up your collegiate career. Do you guys still kind of keep in touch quite a bit as he's kind of on that journey that you're going to be close to starting soon?
Yeah, me and Nick talk a lot. He's renting a place in Arizona in the winters. My mom actually helped him get that place, as she's a realtor out there in Phoenix. So he's been in Arizona in the winters when I've been back from school. We still practice together, see each other all the time. And he's still like a big brother to me. I call him, he went through the same process a couple years ago when turning pro and agents and endorsements and all that kind of stuff. So he's been a guy I've relied on. Coach helped me from that perspective, but from the player perspective too, for a guy that just went through it. Nick has been huge. So Nick's a great guy. He's just a good dude. He'll give you his shirt off his back for literally anyone. So yeah, we've stayed close. We've stayed in contact a lot, and I'm sure that'll continue in the future.
Do you ever take a moment and, maybe kind of think back to a few years ago when you were an underclassman watching what he did as a senior and now kind of realizing that you're in that position? You've got some, just really talented freshmen and sophomores on this team that will hopefully continue this line along of what Illinois has been able to accomplish.
Yeah, I don't know if that's really even hit me yet. This program does a great job of just always focusing on what's up next and never looking back. And I don't think I've really kind of at all celebrated, our season or individual accomplishments yet. It's always just been next up and moving on to the next thing. But if there is one thing that's for sure about this program is, it just continually reloads with our guys. And the guys coming in and the guys that are sophomores and juniors now are going to continue to be great players, and the recruits coming in will write their own stories and continue what we have going here. And I don't think there's any doubt about that. With Coach Small at the helm, I don't think there's any disbelief that unhindering success will continue. But no, as of now, that really hasn't really dawned on me. But I'm sure at some point when this all wraps up, it will.
And then just finally, did Nick reach out after regionals or leading up to NCAA championships? Any advice from him leading into your final go around?
Yeah. He always reaches out. He reaches out to all of us after every event, pretty much. This Illinois golf is truly a family, and no matter if you're past, present, or future, you're still part of the family. He reached out to me and Gio before regionals and just said, go lead the boys, go do your guys' thing, go out strong. This could have been our last event as seniors. So go out with a bang, and luckily it wasn't. We got through regionals and we got one more. But he's just so supportive of everyone. He's been in this position. He's experienced everything I'm experiencing right now. He knows how we're all feeling, and he just tries to help us best he can because, he's been through it all. He's done it. So he's the best in that way. And I think everyone has a lot of respect for him.
Thanks, Michael. Best of luck.
Thank you.
All right. Thanks, Nico. Jeremy, followed by Rory and Jim Matson. If you've got anything for Michael, I'll have you in the hole.
Hey, Michael, good to see you, man. Just wondering, you've been at a time where you've made it to the Final Four of this event. You've also gone out earlier than you want. So from a player perspective, what does it take to win a tournament that has, 7 rounds in 6 days? Yeah,
it's an interesting dynamic. we train all year for this stuff. The work we put in the weight room and conditioning is literally made for this. It is a long week, that is for sure. It is a very long week. I remember after making the Final Four, and that was like the 6th or the 7th day, but then you're playing practice rounds, and it's not like you're taking time off before the national championship either. You're exhausted for sure. You're beat, you're tired. It's more of a mental strain than a physical. I think everyone's in pretty good shape where they can last physically, but to play a national championship caliber golf course for that many days in a row, it wears on you. Every shot requires full mental capacity, and you got to be locked in, or else you're gonna make a stupid mistake and make a double bogey, and it could have cost your team. So this will provide a new aspect, I think, this year, being in Arizona and having a dry heat involved, dehydration, and I think a lot of preparation behind the scenes is going to go in this year, to being sure that we're ready to give it our best shot before the tournament even starts. And yeah, I mean, overall, it's a long week, and it's going to take a lot of preparation behind the scenes, like I said.
Mike himself said this is the one, the national championship is the one thing this program hasn't done yet. How often is that brought up, and just what's your mindset about that, Michael?
Yeah. Coach doesn't really bring it up as much to us, but us players have talked about it. We feel like Coach, he deserves one. And we would love to give him one. He doesn't talk about it, and for Coach, it's just about process and always next up, and hitting our standard on a daily basis. And those are the things that'll lead to winning a national championship, which is all true. It's 100% true. But us players know that the only thing really missing in that lobby that's right through those doors is a big national championship trophy. That's the only thing that's not there. And I think I've only got one more chance to give them that, and to give this program that, and I'm going to do my best.
Thanks, Michael. Good luck, man.
Thanks, Jeremy.
All right, Rory, you're up. Jim Matson, if you want to follow Rory, and then Scott Beatty, I've got you in the hole.
Michael, to start with, I know you worry about Illinois, and you guys take a lot of pride in your streak and getting to nationals, but what's it feel like to sort of be carrying the banner for the Big Ten, since you're the only Big Ten program that's going to be out there?
Yeah. I mean, I feel like in most sports, including golf, when you kind of get past conference play and you enter national play, you're kind of cheering for the Big Ten. That's kind of your conference. So for us, we're going to go try to represent the Big Ten as best we can. And, we were rooting for the other Big Ten teams to make it through to nationals. I think it would have said a lot about our conference, and, you want your conference competitors to do well, because I think it puts your conference at a premium. And, we don't want to be considered the only good Big Ten golf school. We want there to be good competition and good other teams. So for us, yeah, we're carrying the Big Ten conference kind of on our back with pride.
Tell us a little bit about the golf course. Obviously, it'll be set up different for the championship than if you just went out there and played normally. But tell us a little bit about that golf course, and what is it typical desert golf? A lot of sand and some cactus plants in between the holes.
Yeah, no, you're exactly right. It's very much desert golf. It's built in a way that puts a premium on getting the ball in the fairway. If you don't, you can have an okay lie in the desert, or you can be in a bush or a cactus, or all the above, undulated greens, strategic bunkering now with the knowledge that they were going to have a national championship, that a lot of bunkering went in strategically placed for how far guys hit the ball nowadays, which once again will put a premium on getting the ball in the fairway. But yeah, undulated greens, they're going to be fast, very fast. everything kind of goes towards the valley. The course is kind of built in a way that slopes towards Phoenix, which some local knowledge ties into that. But it's a good golf course. It's a championship golf course. Changed from par 72 to a par 70 for nationals. And it's gonna be tough.
Good luck out there.
Thank you.
Thank you. Yeah.
All right, thanks, Rory. Jim Matson, I know your video's up. I didn't know if you have anything for Michael. Go ahead now. And if not, Michael, I think that was our last question. Yep, looks like we are a wrap for today. Michael, thanks for jumping on. Thanks for sticking it out as we ran a little behind schedule here. Jim and Marley, Nico, Jeremy, Scott, thanks everybody for jumping on the call today. Appreciate you guys.
Good luck.
Thank you, Danny. Good luck, guys.
Thanks.
Thank you all.
Thanks, Michael.
Thanks.
Should I leave?